Hello and welcome to another one pan recipe. There's not really much of a recipe in the pan, it's all about what you do beforehand. Today I will show you how I make crumpets, because as a good true Brit, if you want to go anywhere abroad, unless you can find some really good English food shops, you're never going to find crumpets anywhere. And when we were doing our big tour, that was what I missed the most, because I love a nice evening snack of crumpets. So this is how I made mine.
Ooh, what are you making?
Crumpets.
Hey, I like a bit of crumpet.
I do. It's me crumpet dance. Sorry, I need to stop having little dances for everything. Yes, I'm going to make some crumpets. So as we're going to be moving par cuts today, I figured I'd get the first part done because it does take a little bit of time. And that's the worst thing of it all, because you have to let the bubbles rise a lot. That's why you get bubbly crumpets.
Oh, okay then.
So the first thing I'm doing, I've got some milk warming up there, and then once that's warm, I'm going to put a tablespoon of yeast in and a teaspoon of sugar, mix it up and let it just all get all bubbly and frothy. While that's doing, I'm going to put some flour in my bowl. That was all frothy and everything until I stirred it, and I gave it a stir, and now it's not.
Gosh damn it.
So anyway, so that was all frothy and lovely. So now I have to add it to my flour. Or eat flour. It's got skin on it. Lovely. Is that skin? Yes. So literally just mix that up until it forms into a dough. Get into all the corners and all the bits.
Right, it glips up fast, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it goes from being really easy to stir to not easy at all.
Yeah. It's like you're fighting with it now rather than stirring it.
Yeah. See, on all of the things for crumpets, it says to like knead this or mix it for like 5 minutes. And on the 2 successful tries that I have had with this, you don't need to. You really don't need to. You literally just make sure that it's all combined together like that, and that there's no like bits of pockets of flour. So give it a good old dig into it and just double check it. Whap it around like that. So get all the
goodness,
all the bits off. I don't want to waste any. That could be half a crumpet right there.
And how many crumpets will this make?
About 14.
14 crumpets. Yeah, they're not Warburtons, by the way, folks. They're, in comparison, Warburtons might be like that sort of thing. These are probably like a half of Warburtons thickness.
Well, most people would have seen me do my and if you haven't, go watch it, my McDonald's breakfast sandwich thing. And when I do that, I use little silicone egg rings. I do have frosty rings, but the crumpet mix sticks to it, so I use the little silicone egg rings, and they come up just a little bit taller than that, but they're perfect, aren't they? They taste lovely and crumpety. So that's still nice and warm in there, so I need to get it in bed while it's warm, because it's warm, that's what you need. So it's 11 o'clock, so 1 o'clock.
Okie dokie.
Right, so I've got the dough mix out, and I expected it to be a little bit more bubbly than it is, but that should do just fine. Now I've mixed up half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda in some warm water, and I'm just letting that dissolve for a second there. Now you just need to pour that in on top of the dough mix, which seems a little bit weird, but you pop it in there and then you need to give it a good stir. And this is a workout for the muscles, because that dough is all the gluten's gone in there and it's all gloopy, and you just have to mix it slowly until it turns into a big snotty mess. And there you see it's a lovely snotty mess. You don't have to get all of the bits out at all, because it'll dissolve in the mixture once you leave it there. Pop the cover back on again, and then it needs to get tucked back up into bed and left there for another half an hour at the minimum, but I'm going to leave it there for an entire hour. So the crumpet mix is ready. Not as bubbly as I made it last time, but I don't know I don't know what the difference is with that. We'll soon find out. So I've just oiled up the silicone rings that I have, popped them in the frying pan. So the trick here is you have to cook them really slowly, because you cook it for 10 minutes or around that time for the first side, and then you have to very gently spin them over the other way, so you don't block the bubble holes up, so they have to be placed directly down. So you have to wait till the top is cooked properly. Oh, look at them. Well, if they ain't crumpets, I don't know what they are. So as soon as these get this, see, sometimes I think I put a bit too much in this one, which is why it's gone a bit not bubbly there. But as soon as these dry out just a little bit more on top, I'll take the rings off, and then I'll give them a flip, because you can see on that little bit down there that that's how brown the bottom of it's going to be. So yeah, just a tiny little bit longer. You can see they're coming away from the sides anyway, which is perfect. They look really good, so I'm going to leave them in there for, only needs a couple of minutes on the other side, because obviously they will be recooked again. So pop them under the grill or Ridge Monkey or whatever before you eat them. But no, they're looking really good. Right, just a very quick check. Oh yes, there we go. So that's the first 4. So they're still on a low heat, just not touch the knob on the gas cooker, so that's as low as that particular one will go, and I'll just leave them for another 10 minutes again. Not bad at all, eh? And there we have it. 16 delicious, yummy looking, amazing smelling crumpets. So as I did try with the last batch that we did, they do freeze really well, and you just have to put them on a low grill, which I don't have because my grill is on or off, so I just have to keep turning them to give them a low light, just obviously to cook from frozen. However, they are still fluffy and delicious and crispy and wonderful. So the ingredients are 2 cups of flour, teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of active dry yeast, a teaspoon of sugar, and a cup of milk to start off with. Then the second part is a cup of warm water and half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Oh my goodness. Oh, they are so much more flavoursome than shop bought stuff.
But you've toasted them now, haven't you?
Yes, I have toasted them under the grill.
And as everybody will know, obviously toasting the crumpets is my domain, so I have given you the correct instructions.
I followed the proper instructions. I do understand that the flame is at the top and not the bottom of the oven.
It's quite confusing.
Okay, and and yeah, and it was done, and they were done the bottom side first and then the top side, so it's nice and crispy and lovely for the lovely Spanish butter to go melting right through.
And for everyone that was commenting the other day about these things,
oh yeah, I thought that we'd broke the headrest.
Yeah.
But no, it's just fairy lights.
It's just fairy lights.
It's just fairy lights. Just we couldn't switch them on.
Quite a few fairy lights around the van right now.
If I do this.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
All twinkly and fairy lighty.
Yeah. Can't beat a bit of crumpet.
Right, so there you go. Not a simple process, but well worth it. Just a couple of steps, and like I say, if you are doing something for the day, you do the first bit and then you do the second bit, and then by the end of the day you can have them done. They do freeze wonderfully. I was kind enough to freeze a couple for Em and Lou, and they managed to get them from the freezer and eat them too. So yeah, well worth doing, and easy stuff to carry around with you as well. So there's nothing particularly fresh. Those little pots of yeast are really handy, so you don't have to keep the sachets or worry about anything like that. So these it is easy fodder to carry around if you want to make it from time to time. Those little rings, I'll put the link for them in the thing below. I've used them for making English muffins. I've used them for making eggs. If I make my fake away bacon and sausage muffins without the muck, because that's a trademark, Mandy muffins. And yeah, so they are really useful little silicone things. You just need to grease them a little bit. So I'll pop the link for them down below because they're really handy. And yeah, crumpet all you like. Go get yourself a bit of crumpet. I'll catch you on the next one.